MACT back here, folks, and we have a oil filter video for MACT. And wow, I went back, just a little bit of history. I went back to Saturday and went out and bought oil filters at quick lube shops. Now, let me tell you, getting them to sell you a single oil filter without an oil change means you get to tap dance. Yeah, you had to come up with a reason. Why am I here buying just an oil filter? Because what I experienced was most oil lube places looked at me funny and said, really? You just want an oil filter? And I did find out one thing, that the single purchase of the oil filter from the quick lube places amounts to a fair amount of cash. They don't give these things away. You'd think if they're charging $24.95 for an oil change, the filter could be like $3 or something, but that is not the case. I went through and I bought this Prime Guard, and I paid $9.62 for it at the Complete Auto Care Pennzoil Quick Lube place. And then I went out and went to Express Lube, and I bought this Defense filter, and I paid $5.35 for it. Then I went to Jiffy Lube, and they gave me a Defense filter of a different number, shorter and everything else, and they charged me, what was that? I want to say $5.99 for it. Okay, and then I went to Valvoline and got the Valvoline filter, and Valvoline charged me $5.34. Now, if you look at the Valvoline, holy smokes, my lawnmower filter is bigger than that thing. Then you look at the other Defense filter, it's even smaller. And then you look at this this Prime Guard from Pennzoil, and that one is, of course, smaller yet. So Valvoline sold me a filter that is about the size of the lawnmower filter on my lawnmower for my 3.5, which is strange all by itself. And if you want to get an idea, we have the filter here. This is the Boss filter, so it is a lot different in size too. So just keep that in mind. That one's still leaking because I just cut it open and it has all sorts of oil in it. So anyway, that is what I did. So what we're going to do is, all things aside, we're going to go ahead and cut these filters open and see what they actually contain. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these open, and once I get them cut open, we'll go ahead and examine what's going on with these filters and see what we get out of these quick lube places, because I'm telling you, the only one that I think that's going to show up any good might be this one. It's the heaviest of the bunch. The rest of them are like paper, okay? This one hardly weighs anything. So if you go by weight, I guess the Prime Guard is and the Prime Guard is the only one with cellophane on the end of it. That was strange. Never had an oil filter with cellophane on the end, but it is also the only filter that is made in China. All the rest of these filters, these three here, are all made in the United States. So USA and one China filter. So let's go ahead and see where we're at with these and what you're getting when you go to the quick lube place to get your oil changed. Wonder what it'll be like. went through the filters here in the Valvoline filter, which is the V088. It came in at, yes, it came in at 63 pleats. That's pretty good for a small filter, but then again, it's very short, so it has to make up for something. The next one was the defense filter, and that filter was 60, which is the shortest one, and it only had 41 pleats. That's all it had. But what was amazing is the bigger filter of the defense filter, which is the 75, it came in at 40 pleats, folks, 1 pleat less. And then the Prime Guard, it was the stellar performer in all of this, and it came in with 60 pleats all the way around. Definitely has more material to filter than the other ones, and by far, you know, a third more, really. Yeah, so that's saying something as far as this filter and this Prime one. I mean, I got to give Pennzoil credit. You know, the Pennzoil lube place, they got a decent filter for the most part. So that's saying something. But again, it's still not a synthetic filter. I will point that out. Let's go ahead and start weighing in what the parts of the filters are to get the sum. And the gasket for the V088 Valvoline filter comes in at 5 grams. The 060 defense filter gasket is 5 grams. The 575 defense filter is 5 grams. And the Prime Guard comes in at 7 grams. So the Prime Guard is the winner so far. Now let's check the caps. V088 comes in at 100 grams. The 060 cap comes in at 104. The 575 defense filter end cap is 103. And the Prime Guard comes in at 114. Again, the winner. Now we're going to look at the valve gaskets here for the backflow, and we're going to start out with the V088, and that comes in at 9 grams. The defense 060 comes in at 5 grams. The defense 575 again is 5 grams, and the Prime Guard comes in at 4 grams. The filter itself, the backflow for this filter is the V088, and it's 6 grams. The 060 defense filter is 11 grams, and it has the valve here that you can push in, and then it takes and it goes out, and that's what that one comes in. And the 575 defense is constructed the same way and comes in at 10 grams. The back spring for the Prime Guard is a spring, and it comes in at 7 grams. Next we have the filter, and as you can see, there is nothing. What it does, it has this on here, and there's nothing there, folks. That's what you get. That is all there is to it for the Valvoline filter, and it is looks like a synthetic end cap. That's all it is, with a plastic guard on the inside, and that's really, there's not much to it. It's a very light filter. So the material looks like it's a wood synthetic blend, pretty uniform except where they put it together right here. Pretty tight, but not really. It's sort of haphazardly glued together. There's more on this side here than there is on this side, but very small, very light. So what's this thing come in at for weight? And that is the Valvoline at 22 grams. The Defense 060 has an aluminum insert in here, from what I can see, and that might be some of your leaching of aluminum as it runs through when you're doing your oil testing. But it has essentially a paper fiber type cap to it, and pretty uniform as far as that, but not as tight as the other one because it's smaller, but it is uniform in nature, and it weighs in at 39 grams. Same construction for the 575 Defense. Same exact construction, except a taller, bigger filter, and what it comes in at is 44 grams. Now the China-made Prime Guard has got a valve on the inside. Yes, right here it has the valve that pushes in, and it is very uniform. Look at that. That thing's sweet. I'm actually semi-impressed with this one. Aluminum end cap here, so you'll have some leaching of aluminum, but it does have an aluminum insert on the inside, perforated also, with the spring and everything that's built into it. And this one will come in at 83 grams. Now the Valvoline V088 cap weighs in at 45 grams. The Defense 060 weighs in at 50 grams. The Defense 757 will come in at 60 grams, and the Prime Guard will come in at 73 grams. Now let's go ahead and use our caliper tool and determine the thickness of the walls of the cans to see how thick they are in their construction. One other caveat of measurement for the cans is we want to make sure that they're strong, and as you can see, this one's short so it don't move much, but when you got a longer one it's easier to move. But again, that is deceptive in nature as to the thickness of the cans. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this caliper tool to measure the thickness of the can. So let's start by measuring the Valvoline. Let's see what I can get her out to here. If I can get it just right. And we are at 0.45. So that is the thickness for this can. Let me zero it out again. We're going to measure the Defense 575. And what does it come out to? It comes out to 0.4140, basically in between there. And the other Defense would stand to reason that this Defense should be as thick as the other one, right? Now let's see if the truth is in the tape, or did they make a change. Let me check here, get a good reading. There we go, we have a 0.39. So the shorter one apparently is a little bit different, but let me re-zero it out just to make sure that we have the right measurements. No cheating allowed, right? Yep, 0.44. That's where we're at on this one. So again, truth is in the tape, right? And now we have the Prime Guard filter that we're going to be checking. And I'm going to be willing to bet that this one is a lot thicker than the others. It just feels like it. And it is a 0.46. So that's what we have for the Prime Guard, being the winner again in the whole running. Alright, I'm finally back with y'all, and we are doing the 575 defense filter, and we're going to measure the media here on this one to see how many inches in length it is, and we come up with 45 and a half inches. So 45 and a half inches for the defense 575, and then we have the prime guard. Yes, we have the prime guard filter. We're going to go ahead and measure that one and see how many inches of media we have. And we have 56 and a quarter inches of media for the prime guard. The next one is the defense 060, and we're going to measure that one. It was not too terribly long, and we had 45 and a half inches of media for this one. And then last but not least, we had the Valvoline V088, and we're going to see how many inches of media it has, and it comes out to 47 inches of media. The width of it is 2 1/8 inches for the Valvoline. The width is about 2.5 inches. I cut it a bit, so it's probably a little bit more for each one of these. But this one here, I'm gonna say is 2 5/8 inches of. No, wait, no, I'm measuring it wrong. 2 1/4 inches for the defense 060. And the prime guard pretty much is 2.5 inches. And last but not least, we have the defense 575, and it is measuring out at just about 3 inches. So if you do the math, you can figure it out, you know, what the measurements I gave you. But this is what they have as far as their lengths. And as you can see, the prime guard is the winner overall in weight and everything else. I think the prime guard is the China-made filter, wins this round of all of the filters that I checked. And keep in mind that the Valvoline and the defense filters are all U.S. made, with the only China-made filter being the prime guard, and it stands out as the winner for construction and everything else. So let's sum all this up here pretty soon. Folks, that is it. You have seen everything with these aftermarket type filters that the quick lube places use. I've provided you with the information. Now it's up to you to make that decision, because apparently not everything's equal. And we always think of quality as USA, but in this case, I'm going to have to say that the prime guard is the better of the quick lube type filters. Is it the best? No, but it is the better of all of them. So that has something to say on its own. The failure was the Valvoline filter. Really no backflow to speak of in this thing. If you want to destroy your engine, I guess this would be the filter to use. And these two defense filters, not highly rated either. Just because of the media and other things that go with it. Granted, they had the valve at the bottom for the bypass, but the media really isn't all that good, and construction-wise and everything else. So definitely not a go-to on there, just for the construction aspects of them. And that is, you know, where it's at right now. So, you know, go and get the best filter you can. I will be doing a video on the Motorcraft and the Purelator, and you will see the used, which was the first video will come out. But I will also be tearing apart some what they call new ones that have not been used, so we get a good in-depth look at those. But for now, this is what I've got here for your Ford Edge and any other vehicle you use. If you're going and buying a quick lube place, beware of what you're getting. And if they have alternatives that are more aftermarket, that is more notable, I would probably shoot for that. But, you know, $29.95 oil change, this is what you're going to get. And it ain't much. So That being said, make sure you join up on the MACT Ford Edge on Facebook, and of course subscribe to this channel, MACT Ford Edge, on YouTube. I also have the MACTgarage.com website for you to access and get all sorts of information on your vehicles, along with MACT Garage on YouTube and MACT Garage on Facebook. I have been having a great day in my feet at the floor, and I want you to have a great day too. And the Band of One's going to play some great music for you, along with Mercy Grill tossing in a couple of one-liners.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.